Hello, fourth grade. We are looking at add and subtract for NBT for practice. Tomorrow we are going to have a test out and it's going to look just like this. So if you want to make sure you understand and are doing well, watch this video to follow along. So it says on here, you must show all work and check each problem with a calculator to make sure you are correct. So what is most important to me as you're doing this is the actual work part, like your regrouping and your box strategy, whatever you're doing, if you're adding or subtracting, that's what's important. The answer is a little less important, although it's still important that you're adding and subtracting correctly. So make sure you show all your work and check your problem with a calculator too. But remember, if you just put the answer, you're not going to get the credit because you need your work too. So, okay, here we go. Number one, it says estimate. That should jump out at you right away. Estimate is one of those words that means round. So it doesn't tell us which place to round to. It just says estimate. So I'm going to round to my biggest place. So I'm going to underline my 3 in my thousands place. Circle my 2, say the phrase, 4 or below, let the underline go. This rounds to 3,000. In 643, my biggest place is my hundreds place, underline the 6. Circle the 4, 4 or below, let the underline go. It rounds to 600. Then I am adding, so I'm going to box in my plus sign so I don't forget. And I add 0 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 0 plus 6, and 3 plus nothing equals 3,600. Let's look at number 2. Again, it says estimate. Estimate is one of those words that means round. Again, it doesn't tell me which place to round to, so I'm going to round to my biggest place. So here it is the millions place, so I'm going to underline my 4 in the millions place. Circle the 6 to the right, 5 or above, give the underline a shove. It rounds to 5 million. In my next number, again, my biggest place is my millions place, underline the 2, circle the 2 to the right, 4 or below, let the underline go, 2 million. And then finally my last number, my biggest place is my millions again, circle the 4 to the right, 4 or below, let the underline go, it rounds to 1 million. If I add all those together, I get 0, 0, 0, comma, 0, 0, 0. Then I have to add 5 plus 2 plus 1 to get an answer of 8 and an estimate of 8 million. For number 3, the directions say round, star round, to the nearest 10,000s place and estimate. So I have to round my answer first, then estimate to find the answer. And I'm looking at my 10,000s place. So number 3, in the first number, I'm going to underline the digit in my 10,000s place. That's my 5 right here. Circle the number to the right. So my 2 is going to stay the same. My 5, I look at my circled 8. 5 or above, give the underline a shove. So my 5 is going to shove up to a 6. Everything else changes to zeros. Now I have rounded that number. Now I have to round this next number to the 10,000s place. My 2 is my digit in the 10,000s place. Circle the number to the right, that's a 7. Say the phrase. 5 or above, give the underline a shove. I keep the left side the same, so 1, 3. Everything else changes to zeros to get 130,000. I am subtracting, so I'm going to box in my sign so I don't forget. And now I can subtract. 0, 0, 0, comma, 0. 6 minus 3 equals 3, and 2 minus 1 equals 1 to get an answer, an estimate of 130,000. Looking at number 4, the directions say round to the nearest hundreds place this time, and estimate. So in number 4, I'm looking at my first number. The 2 is in my hundreds place. My 1 is to the right. I leave all the left side the same. So 5, 2, 9, comma, or below, let the underline go. So my 2 stays the same. Everything else turns to zeros. Then I look at my next number. Again, I'm rounding to the hundreds place. Underline the 4 in the hundreds place. Circle the bossy neighbor to the right. The numbers on the left stay the same. So 2, 7, 8, comma. The 9 is a 5 or above, so I give the underline a shove to a 5. 0, 0. And I check my sign. I am adding, so plus. So 0, 0, 7, my comma, 9 plus 8 is 17. So I put a 7 here and regroup my 1 to the 10,000s place. Then I have to add 1 plus 2 plus 7, that equals 10. I put a 1 in my 10,000s place, regroup a 1 to my 100,000s place. 1 plus 5 plus 2 equals 8, to get an answer of 807,700. Looking at number 4, it just says solve. So I'm not rounding, I'm not estimating, I actually have to solve the whole thing. So looking at number 4, I need to add. So I'm going to put a box around it so I don't forget. If this space is too small for you, if you'd like more room to work, then you can just go ahead and write it off to the side. That's no problem because it is a little bit bigger that way and easier to line up your numbers and see. So either way you want to solve that, that's fine. Just make sure you're adding. All right, so I'm going to start in the ones place. 7 plus 6 is 13. I put a 3 here, regroup the 1. 1 plus 0 plus 2 is 3. I don't need to regroup this time. 2 plus 9 is 11. I put a 1 here and regroup my 1 to the thousands place. Then I add 1 plus 5 plus 3, that equals 9. Then I have 4 plus 8, that equals 12. Put my 2 here and regroup the 1. Then 2 plus 1 equals 3. Add my comma, 1, 2, 3, kick, to get an answer of 329,133. For number 5, again, if you want to do it off to the side because it's a little bit bigger, that's fine. Just go ahead and copy it down. 1,237,289, 326,843. I am subtracting, so box that in so you don't forget. All right, starting with the ones, 9 minus 3, more on the top, no need to stop, that equals 6. 8 minus 4, more on the top, no need to stop, that equals 4. 2 minus 8, this time I have more on the floor, so I need to go next door and get 10 more. Cross out your 7, make it 1 less, it becomes 6. Cross out your 2, add 10, it's now 12. 12 minus 8 equals 4. I go to my thousands place, 6 minus 6. Numbers the same, zero's the game. I look at 3 minus 2, more on the top, no need to stop, that equals 1. Now in my 100,000s place, I have 2 minus 3. More on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. Cross out your 1, 1 less would be 0. Cross out your 2, you're adding 10, so it's 12. 12 minus 3 equals 9, and then 0 minus nothing is 0, and I don't need a 0 on my left side here, so I can just leave that blank. Add your comma, 1, 2, 3, kick, to get an answer of 910,446. Number 6, again, just says solve, so I'm not rounding or estimating, I just have to solve. Check my sign, I need to subtract. I like to write it a little bit bigger off to the side, so you can do it here or write it bigger like I'm going to do. Make sure you have your dollar sign, $330 and 0 cents, $128.42, and don't forget we are subtracting. So starting in my 1, 0 minus 2, more on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. There's a 0 next door, so I can't get 10 more. So I underline it. I go to my next place. I have another 0. I still can't get 10 more. So I keep underlining to my 3. Now, finally, I have a place where I can get 10 more from. So I'm going to box this in. Make sure you don't box the first 0 where we didn't have enough and we needed to regroup. So I'm going to cross out my 3, make it 1 less, that's a 2. All of my zeros in my boxes change to 9. My 0 outside of the box, I need to add 10 more to, so it becomes a 10. Now I can subtract. 10 minus 2 equals 8. 9 minus 4, more on the top, no need to stop, that equals 5. Here's my decimal point. 9 minus 8, more on the top, no need to stop, 1. 2 minus 2, numbers the same, 0 is the game. And 3 minus 1, more on the top, no need to stop, I get a 2. Add my dollar sign, $201.58. Finally, number 7, we have a word problem. Jess is reading a book that has 1,211 pages total. So I'm going to label this T for total. She has read 935 pages so far. How many more pages does she have left? I'm going to bracket in my question. How many more and left both mean that I'm going to subtract. And she is Jess, so I'm going to put a J here. next to my she. This 935 pages, that is my part. So if I obviously have how many more and left, those are hint words for subtraction. Also, I know my total and I know part of it, I need to find the missing part. So I'm going to take my total, 1,211, and I'm going to subtract the part that I know, which is 935. So I am doing total minus part equals missing part. Starting in the ones, 1 minus 5, more on the floor. Go next door and get 10 more. Cross out the 1. It changes to a 0 because I take 1 away. Cross out my other 1. This time I'm adding 10. It becomes 11. 11 minus 5 equals 6. I go to my tens place. 0 minus 3. More on the floor. Go next door and get 10 more. 2 becomes a 1. The 0, I'm adding 10. So 10 minus 3 equals 7. Then I have 1 minus 9, again, more on the floor. Go next door and get 10 more. Cross out my 1, make it 1 less to 0. Cross out my other one that I already regrouped. Add 10, it becomes 11. 11 minus 9 equals 2. And 0 minus 0 is nothing. I don't need a 0 on my left side. My answer is 276. And I need a sentence answer. So I look at my question, how many more pages does she have left? She is Jess. So Jess has 276 pages left, period. All right, test outs tomorrow. I know you'll do great. Good luck.